Vayachem Adonai et devago asher diber va'akum. Tafat David Aviv ve'eshev al Kitse Yisrael ka'asher diber Adonai ve'evneh habarit l'shem Adonai Elohei Yisrael va'asim Psalm Makum ala road Asher Sham Berit Adonai Asher Karat Yim Avotenu Nechotzio Otam Me'eret Mitzrayim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol ha'olamim tzaddik b'chol hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber u'mehayeh shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך לפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד
First off, I wanted to welcome all the out-of-towners and locals for coming today and joining me for Layla Bat Mitzvah. Before I start getting into the mushy details, I think we should all know what my Torah portion was about and why I chose the parts I did. My whole portion is about the breastplate that Aaron wore. Even though that's not very interesting, there's a deeper purpose for the breastplate. What makes this part of my portion so interesting is the background stories for the place stones and its pieces. The stones correspond to the names of the sons of Israel, also known as the 12 tribes. The stones are engraved with every tribe's name, and that is why there are only 12 stones on Aaron's breastplate. Also, as you heard in my portion, I repeated the same line a few times over, and what it roughly translates to is the colors on Aaron's breastplate. They include gold, blue, purple, and crimson. Now, the reasons I chose the parts I did is because I think it's cool to know about the little details. I know that many of you might not really be interested to know about the specific stones on the breastplate, or that they were all engraved with certain colors. But did you ever think the world will be like now without the specific details? For instance, when I'm watching a show and I'm looking at my phone at the same time, like most of us have probably done once in our lives, and I miss something exciting that just happened, I have to rewind it and watch the first few minutes again, so I know what's leading up to the big scene. One thing everyone should know about a bar bat mitzvah is that it's hard. I think one of the hardest parts of this experience, for me at least, was figuring out what to wear. But even through the rough times of picking out dresses to learn my portion, I knew that I had everyone's help around me. For my mitzvah project, I helped volunteer at Canine Assistance. Canine Assistance is a nonprofit organization that trains dogs to become life-saving companions for people with disabilities. With the help of my grandma Sue, we wiped and dusted the countertops and mopped their floors. I chose this project to do because, first of all, who doesn't love puppies? But also, I wanted to help these incredible dogs help other people do incredible things. Going through the process of becoming a mitzvot, I learned that it's really hard, also walking in high heels. But I've also learned that if you really want to accomplish something, it will get done. even if it might take a little longer than expected. Now, this is the part of the speech where it might get a little sloppy. For my thank yous, there are so many that if I said them all, we would miss lunch, and then we would all be hungry, so I try not to do that. So my first thank you goes out to Miss Carol Corolla. She has been so awesome to me and my family, from letting us fundraise for breast cancer to always keeping me fed, so thank you. By the way, she's the owner of Bagelicious and a longtime family friend. My next thank you is for all my friends. One of my best friends, Hannah, you can always count to help you through hard times, helped me study any spare moment we had preparing for this day. Some of my other friends, who still aren't Jewish, let me read my portion to them, even if they had no idea what I was saying. Now is the time where I thank my two closest friends in the world, my sisters. Even though I don't have the sisters that I can lock in a closet or put plastic wrap over the toilet seat when they're going into the bathroom, I still have it pretty good. Through the whole bar mitzvah process, I had the sisters that made everything look cool, from centerpieces to even seating arrangements. There's no limit to the amount that they helped, so I just wanted to say thanks. Now my brother-in-laws are kind of weird. They're really nerdy and into video games, which I am not. But now that I've spent some years with them, they're starting to change my perspective. My bros are the type that purposely breathe morning breath on you, and maybe will steal my last french fry. And even though they can be a pain sometimes, they're still pretty awesome. There's one person in this room that helped me in a way no one else did, and that's my tutor, Miss Addie. She's not the regular tutor that you just keep in touch through the bat mitzvah process, not Miss Addie. She's been around me since I was a baby, and the reason why is because not only is she my tutor and friend, but my mom's as well. There's not enough paper to write down the help that she gave me over the last couple of months. Let me tell you that if I didn't have Miss Addie's help, I would know nothing. I remember our first lesson and how bad I did on all my prayers. And look at me now, I'll be singing all the prayers at the bat mitzvahs I go to. Thanks so much for helping me through this. Now, if you know my dad, you know he's not just the type of father that goes shopping with me at the mall or takes me fishing. He's so much more. Even though he didn't help me with the actual portion, he was the one to count on to calm me down when I was getting frustrated studying or had a hard time balancing my bat mitzvah with my schoolwork. I knew my dad was the guy to go to. Now my mom is different. She helped me study and stay organized. And maybe it wasn't studying for my bat mitzvah, maybe it was a big test or quiz. She still sat up helping me even if she was half asleep. On top of everything, she still prepared the party favors and decorations with the help of my sisters too. But she still put in the time and effort to make this a great day. Thank you so much for making this such a special day for me.
Big round of applause. You did a great job. You need to stay here. You're not done. No. I mean, you're done. Yeah, you're done. But I know how proud your whole family is of you. So I want to invite your mom to come forward now as she bestows a blessing upon you.
Layla. There's only one word that comes to my mind as I see and experience you today. Every day since the day you were born, and that is amazing. A, did you know that applesauce was Layla's first food? M, magnificent, marvelous, mighty, meticulous, my miracle. A, absolutely approachable, adorable, adventurous, abundant, and airy. Z, zany, comical. Zappy, which means energetic. Zazzy, which is flashy. Zealous, ardent, which means exhibiting strength, enthusiasm, and passion. Aren't you proud of me? I, imagination, idle, idealistic, identity, immeasurable, immediate, immune, impeccable, and impressive. N, needed, nature-made, nearby, neutral, nice, nicer, nicest, noble, G, almost done. Giving, giver, glitter, glow, go on, go ahead, go. Goodness, goes without saying, good health, good Samaritan, good-hearted, and gracious. Grateful, growing, gutsy, and full of guts up. Every word that I put down is this young woman. I am so very proud of you. I know it's tough picking your dress and shoes. Thank you, Allison. Speaking of thank yous, I have my list. Addie Schneider, Carol Carolla, Lara Saltzman, Hannah Saltzman, Robin Singer, Denise and Steve Jacobs, Melissa Margulis, Allison Kummerfeld, Evan Margulis, Ken Margulis, Phyllis Silverstein. Oh! And David Liz. I have no words to describe, oh, and Ellen and Jeffrey. I have no words to describe how you all have swelled into my heart. I am so grateful, humbled, and I thank you. I also want to welcome our family and friends who traveled from New York, Maryland, and Florida. And I also want to say hello to my parents in Florida who couldn't be here. They're watching on the live feed. So if you all wave, they will all see you. Layla, you are truly amazing, and I love you. No.
Our service wends its way to its conclusion. We're on page